Look here at my heat pump again, Central Air. I had it on 70 in the house. And now look at it, it's froze all up again. So I've had to cut it off for a long thaw. It just don't want to run right. If it runs too long, it freezes up. And then if it's not real hot outside, and we have it cut down lower in the house where it'll be running a little bit, it freezes up. But here it is, froze up again, like a snow cone. So I've had to cut it off. It'll just have to sit here and thaw out. All that white is like frosty ice on it, where it has froze up, running too long. Something ain't right with this thing. But summer's almost gone. Well, it has gone. Into fall now. Won't need air much longer. Maybe get it looked at and fixed next year. But we've been putting up with this for about 4 years. Something just ain't right on it, and when it does it, we just cut it off and let it melt and start it over again. It blows cool in the house, but it freezes up on this part outside if it runs too long. Had a guy to come out here and look at it back in the summer, but he didn't fix it. He stayed out here 2 hours, but he was young and he didn't know what he was doing. So it didn't get fixed. Had to pay $100 and some bill though, but still got the problem. It's always something. The window air conditioner though will freeze up and do the same thing. Sometimes if they run too long, you just cut them off, let them rest, and start them back up again later. That's what I'll have to do with this. Just use the ceiling fan for now. But it's not really hot today. We just like our air. We get a little stuffy. My husband had it cut down on 70, and I guess it won't gonna run on 70. It said it froze up like a snow cone. This old tree trunk here on the other side of the little fence here used to be a tree, and it broke off and fell a couple years ago, and we had to cut it all up. Left the stump there. But I've noticed it's got yellow jackets swarming in it. So I'm going to have to stay away from this out here. It's got a yellow jacket nest in it. Let's zoom up and see if you can see it any better. But I see them, they're swarming. I've got to show it to my husband where he can try to kill them. But they're going right there in that hole. Yeah, there they are. See them swarming in that hole? Whole nest of them in that hole there. They'll go in and out, in and out. Usually yellow jackets build a hole in the ground. But they've got a hole there in that tree trunk thing there. You can really see them there now. And see, it's right on the edge of my fence here. That'll be another project. Sure don't want to get bee stung out here. Walking around with the dogs and don't want the dogs to get bee stung. But they are all in that tree trunk there. Just a swarming in and out. We saw a raccoon down here a few hours ago at the edge of the fence also in this bamboo. The dogs got barking like something was down here. And come down here looking, it was a raccoon. They come up at night times, usually one or two. Comes up at night time in the front yard and eats the rest of the cat food that's out there. But my cat don't never really bother them. But this time it was daylight. You don't usually see them in the daytime either. But this time it was daylight and one was down here, right there on the other side of the fence. The dogs was barking and barking at it. And it was scared, and the dogs was not knowing what it was. They was gonna try to get it. But the raccoon, it ran off down in that bamboo. And we was able to get the dogs back in the house. It's always something.